Since about 2006, the word carbon has been demonized as kind of the problem of the planet. And of course, most of the time it's talking about CO2 and fossil fuel kind of burning and things like this. It turns out, though, biologically, carbon is actually the most important substrate that we can speak of if we're going to talk about life. So what the heck is carbon? Carbon is basically the communication network for the energy potential of the future. And so when death happens, a huge burst of carbon will move out of that structure to signal that there's a new energy source. There's an opportunity for new life to happen. CO2, methane, all of these things are discharged from plants that are dying, humans that are dying. Any organic material, plant, animal, otherwise, is a huge carbon sink. It's a huge reservoir of energy. The building blocks for that energy system is CO2 in the atmosphere. And so for your government to come along and say CO2 is a poison and we're going to start pumping that stuff out of the atmosphere because it's killing the planet, all I can tell you is they are absolutely fundamentally wrong. CO2 is always the building block for the new potential energetics or metabolism for life. We're coming along with chemicals now and overplowing, and we're starving the earth of its opportunity to do carbon cycling. So when the topsoil dies, the earth cannot breathe. And so we've basically induced a situation of emphysema where there's plenty of gas to be exchanged. The person with emphysema is breathing, more than I do. They might be breathing 40 times a minute and I breathe 8, but they can't utilize that resource because the lung surface has disappeared. And so as we denude, 97% of our arable soils are now denuded of nutrients and microbiology that can cycle that life. The earth is in a long breath hold. The vast majority of what we call waste on this planet is massive gigatons of potential energy. And all of the CO2 in the atmosphere is the batteries of the future for life on planet Earth. And so we need to reverse our fear, guilt, shame paradigm that industry and governments have programmed in us to guilt us into some sort of effort towards change, and realize that that abstract argument is actually accelerating the death of the planet because we're not realizing that CO2 is not the problem, the lack of lung tissue is the problem. We need to heal the soils of this planet so that Mother Earth will take her first breath. And when she breathes in, folks, it's going to get really beautiful around here.